Hello everyone. For a long time, science has been studying artifacts and architecture to better understand human history. However, despite the help of advanced technology, there are still mysteries in the world that we still have to struggle to find answers to. From the drawings in the Taysi Cave, the stone circles in Jordan, to the Isa Hayden Prism in this video, we invite you to join us in exploring 8 mysterious discoveries that have yet to be solved by scientists. 1. The Stone Circles of Jordan. First discovered in the 1920s, the stone circles of Jordan have long puzzled researchers. They are a collection of 12 circles, ranging in diameter from 220 to 450 meters. They are built of low stone blocks, about 1 meter high, and have no entrances, meaning people would have had to jump over them to get inside. The structures are simple, but given the precision of the circles, this was no quick job and may have required the work of dozens of people working together. By analyzing satellite imagery as well as artifacts found on the ground, researchers have found that the stone circles are at least 2,000 years old, but could be much older. They may even have been built in prehistoric times, before humans invented writing. To this day, experts are still puzzled as to how the ancients could have built the stone circles in Jordan, which are almost perfectly circular when viewed from above. It is hard to believe that they could have created these structures while standing on the ground. In addition, the purpose of the circles is also a mystery. It is thought that there is little chance that they were used as a grazing area for livestock, as the walls here are not high. The circles also do not contain structures that help maintain a herd of animals or livestock pens. In fact, they do not even have doors for entry and exit. Are these structures UFO landing sites, or signs that the ancients wanted to send messages to extraterrestrial civilizations? Perhaps, we will never find the answer. 2. Taysi Cave Drawings. Found in the vast desert of the Taysi Plateau, in southeastern Algeria, the Taysi Cave drawings date back to between 8,000 and 10,000 BC. They are considered the oldest drawings in Africa, and the largest prehistoric drawings on Earth. These are giant paintings created during the time when the Sahara was a dense forest. But the strange thing is that the subjects depicted by the natives are strange creatures, with round heads and bodies of irregular shapes. They seem to float in space, wearing strange costumes and helmets that are identical to modern-day astronauts. On the wall of a famous cave, called the Great Lord of Mars, people found an image of an astronaut wearing a giant helmet measuring up to 5.5 meters in size, much taller than the people or animals painted nearby. Some paintings even depict a flying saucer-like shape appearing behind the man. This strange style of painting has led to many questions such as, did the natives themselves witness such huge creatures in ancient times? Or are these drawings evidence that aliens once interfered with human evolution? Although it is still just a hypothesis, it makes the history of Earth and humanity more and more mysterious. 3. Strange creatures at Angkor Temple. We all know that Angkor is the largest religious relic complex in the world, with majestic architecture and sophisticated and splendid sculptures. However, perhaps few people know that there are also statues of strange creatures that are said to have appeared in the vast forests of the country of pagodas. A typical example is the statue of Garuda, with the head, wings and claws of an eagle. Garuda is the king of birds and the enemy of snakes, one of the 3 most powerful and frequently appearing animal-shaped gods in Hindu legends. Or the statue of the 7-headed snake Naga, a mythical and mysterious creature mentioned in both Hinduism and Buddhism. Visitors can admire the exquisite Naga statues on the path leading to Angkor Temple. In addition to the sculptures depicting mythical creatures, there is also a strange relief at the Bayon Temple of Angkor Thom that has caused much controversy, a relief depicting a Stegosaurus, a creature with a small neck, 4 short legs, and a long tail. Along its back are characteristic spikes, clearly and meticulously carved. Just above this carving is a carving of an animal that reminds people of the prehistoric Triceratops. We all know that the Stegosaurus and other dinosaurs of its time were extinct long before the construction of the Angkor temples began in the 9th century. So how did the Khmer people accurately depict this prehistoric animal? Did they see it, or did this creature still exist more than 1,000 years ago? Perhaps, we will not be able to have a precise answer. 4. Isa Hayden Prism. The Isa Hayden Prism is a black basalt artifact, measuring 11 centimeters long, 11 centimeters wide and 24 centimeters high. It is a Neo-Assyrian monument inscribed with the restoration of ancient Babylon, carried out under King Esarhaddon in 680 to 669 BC. The legendary city was destroyed by Esarhaddon's father, Sancherib, who attempted to rule a region that was deeply divided politically. Although Sancherib claimed to have destroyed the entire city and turned it into a wasteland, the inscription on the prism suggests that this was not entirely accurate. Sancherib seems to have felt remorse for what he had done and began to restore the buildings towards the end of his reign. Under Esarhaddon, this process was continued and the privileges of Babylonian citizenship were restored. Curiously, the Esarhaddon prism appears to be incomplete, and the restoration of the ancient city of Babylon was left unfinished for some reason. Experts hope to find the remaining part of the prism to solve this great mystery. 5. The Forgotten City of the Anasazi. Nestled in a dry and harsh desert region, the ancient city of Chaco Canyon is one of the most mysterious constructions of the Anasazi civilization. The Anasazi once lived in the southwestern United States and are considered the ancestors of the modern Pueblo people. What astonishes archaeologists is how the Anasazi managed to build such a large-scale city with hundreds of rooms, plazas, water channels, and even solar observation points in such an unforgiving environment. Even more surprising, the structures are precisely aligned with the solar and lunar solstices and equinoxes, demonstrating deep astronomical knowledge. Yet, in the 12th century, the Anasazi civilization vanished without warning. There were no wars, no massive natural disasters, and no signs of genocide. All activity abruptly ceased, the buildings were abandoned, and the city faded into obscurity. Some scientists believe they left due to a prolonged drought, while others suggest the cause may be a mysterious force or an unknown event not recorded in history. 6. The Walking Stones of Death Valley. In Death Valley, California, there's a bizarre phenomenon that science still struggles to fully explain: rocks that move on their own, without any human or animal intervention. These stones, ranging in weight from a few kilograms to over 300 kilograms, 660 pounds, leave long trails on the ground, proving that they've moved across the desert surface. Some travel in straight lines, then suddenly curve or change direction with no clear reason. Known as sailing stones, these rocks have puzzled researchers for decades. The most accepted theory involves a mix of thin ice sheets, strong winds, and wet clay, which together create the conditions for the stones to slide. However, not all cases match this theory perfectly. Motion-activated cameras have recorded the rocks shifting when no one was around, yet each movement still lacks a definitive scientific explanation, keeping this desert mystery alive. 7. Metallic structures beneath the Japanese Sea. In 1987, a group of divers discovered a massive stone structure beneath the sea near Yonaguni Island, Japan. The structure includes wide terraces, flat slabs with right angles, and long grooves that resemble machine-cut lines. Some archaeologists believe this could be the remains of an ancient sunken city, possibly destroyed by an earthquake around 10,000 years ago. Others insist the shapes are natural geological formations. Yet the discovery of unknown metallic fragments near the area has reignited speculation that this might be the ruins of a lost civilization, possibly linked to myths like Mu or Atlantis. 8. An ancient observatory in the Nubian Desert. Nabta Playa, located deep in Egypt's Nubian Desert, is home to a series of stone formations older than Stonehenge, dating back to at least 6000 BCE. The arrangement of these stones aligns with the stars, particularly the Orion constellation and the path of the Sun. This has led many experts to believe that Nabta Playa may be the oldest known astronomical observatory on Earth. People living here during the prehistoric era appeared to understand celestial movements with surprising accuracy, using the stone structures as a cosmic calendar to determine seasons, migrations, and rituals. The real question is, how did a Stone Age society in a remote desert acquire such advanced astronomical knowledge? Did they come into contact with a more advanced civilization, or were they remnants of one themselves? These strange discoveries, buried in deserts, hidden under oceans, or forgotten in barren lands, are more than just archaeological curiosities. They're reminders that history may be far richer and more mysterious than we ever imagined. From the mysterious stone circles of Jordan to the ancient observatory in Egypt, these findings force us to ask: is the history we know only a small piece of a much greater, untold story?